Hello everyone, uh, welcome back to my video tutorial. In this video, I want to share about IoT implementation using Anto IoT platform. For the first, I want to introduce myself. My name is Laurentius Kunchoro Probo Saputra. I'm a doctoral degree student from Mechatronic Engineering, RMUTT. And in this video, I'm take a reference from the book AI and IoT, and this book is right from my professor. He is a Dr. Dehirit Manetam. In this tutorial, I take from chapter 5 for this book. Okay, so what will we learn in this tutorial video? We will learn how to control things remotely using IoT platform system. And then after we prepare the code, we will develop the system and test the system. All of the system make based on Internet of Things system. Okay, in this video, I use Anto. Anto is a IoT platform as a medium for communication between hardware into the internet and has a tools that help you innovate the Internet of Things more easily. So Anto is a communication medium. It supports many protocols such as HTTP or HTTPS, and then the MQTT or MQTTS and WebSocket. In this implementation, we have 4 key components. There are embedded system. In this experiment, we use ESP32, and also the second key component, we will configure Anto IoT platform server that support MQTT broker and web server. And also the third key component is Firebase web hosting. We will make a code for web application, and that code we will host to Firebase environment. And the last is a mobile or web application that we can open the website from mobile phone or personal computer or smartphone. So for the first in practice section, we will configure Anto IoT platform. Before make a configuration in Anto, we should go to Anto.io website. We will go to Anto.io website, this one. You can write the website address is anto.io. If you don't have account, you can sign up first for the account, but after that, if you already have a account, you should only sign in. Okay, because I already have a account, I directly to sign in into Anto.io and write the user account in this platform. So in Anto.io, many feature to will help us to provide the communication between our embedded system and another client in our system architecture. So I will explain its menu in this Anto IO. In dashboard, with dashboard we can make or add the widget that simulate the things, things that we will control or we will get the data, and things we can register. We can register our thing in this menu. So for example, in this tutorial, I put the Agape node as a thing. Where the Agape node is a node that I put in the Agape building. And after that, we have a key. A key is like a token that embedded system should have this key to authentication for the connection. So we can create a key for our embedded system or our website code. And after that, we should know our account here. In this account, I use a username. This is my username, and maybe it should be different with you for the username. And for the tools is maybe we don't use this for this section. So in the Anto, we will only use a dashboard, things, key, and account. So we will configure first the things. You can make or register your things here with create new things. Click the create new things button, and then we can write the name. Maybe it's like Biblos not me. And the description, you can put your description about your things, and we can describe also the hardware. The hardware, maybe we use ESP32 like this one. Okay, and after finish you can click add new button. After that we can go to key, and we should create a new key with click the create new key button here. You can put the description for the key. Maybe it will help you to remember for its key. In this Anto, I already create a key permission that for Agape node. The permission is given to lamp control channel and temperature channel. After we already put the description, we can click add new button, green button here. After that, we can go to account and remember what's the name of our account, because we will use it in Arduino code. So after finish, this is the end of configuration in Anto IO. Make sure you already have a key and you already have a node thing. but I'm forget. In the things you can you should put the action here and create new channel. Yeah, each things has a different channel for its data stream. Maybe channel we can call same as a data stream. In this channel, we can describe or we can set the type of data that will transmit in this channel. For example, we have Agape buildings for the things, and in this channel, I have two channels that LAMP control channel. In the LAMP control channel, I use a switch that means the data type is Boolean. So we can see this is the LAMP control. The description is channel for control LED in Agape building. The type, yeah. In this type, we can set what the type of our data in this channel. The Ento support three types of data. There are a Boolean with switch on or switch off, and then the number. The number has two types, integer and float, and the last is string for the character. Because we want to know the state of the lamp, so we config this channel, the lamp control channel, with the Boolean, switch on or switch off. Okay. The difference is between the temperature sensor channel. For the temperature sensor channel, we want to get the value of the temperature. The value of the temperature is not a Boolean. So in this channel, we set the data type using float, because we want to know the temperature precisely. So the value can be negative, 0, or positive. So okay, we can put the channel names and put the description here. After that, after we config the things and the channel and the key, we can continue to write Arduino code. So here we will go to Arduino IDE to make a code for ESP32. Yeah, we already finished to configure Ento IoT platform, so we can move to embedded system implementation. Yeah, this is the step for the Ento platform configuration. We already done for this, and we can continue to writing Arduino code. I already prepare for the code, and you can download or you can see my code in this link. I already put my code in GitHub. You can find the code in my GitHub. You can search with this URL. My GitHub already provide for the Arduino code and web application code. In the web application code, there are 3 files, that is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript files. So we can move to continue our step. In the second step is make a Arduino code or prepare the Arduino IDE that can support to make a program that can ESP32 connect to Anto. Yeah, we move to Arduino IDE. Yeah, in this Arduino, we should add the library for the Anto. We can search Anto here and find Anto IO. This one, Anto IO Arduino. Yeah, Anto IO Arduino provides a common and easy method to publish or retrieve data from or to Anto IO. And also we should make sure, yeah, if we want to use ESP32, maybe you should make sure the board version, yeah, board version for ESP32. Yeah, in this board manager I use ESP32 board with the version is 2.0.11. This one, yeah, ESP32, the version is 2.0.11. And also for the IoT, Anto IO, I use on this one. I use 0.7.2 version. Yeah, in this board manager for ESP32, I use 2.0.7, but the newest version is 2.0.11. Why? Why I use this version 2.0.7? Because when I use the newest version, there is an error. Yeah, there is an error. If we use the newest version, it's not compatible with the Anto version. Maybe it depends on the version. Yeah, you can try in your computer with the newest board, ESP board 2.0.11, and the Anto IO with the newest version is 0.7.3. Yeah. But in this tutorial, I use this version. You can follow the version for compatibility. Yeah. This is the important thing. Yeah. The important thing that you should consider before you don't upload it, before you upload the code to the ESP board. And maybe I assume you already put the reference or put the configuration. It's like setting, and you already put additional board manager here. If you want to use ESP32, you should add the URL about the file JSON for ESP32 board manager. This one, yeah. After you add additional board manager URL, you click OK, and then you can find that board here in the board manager. Okay, let's move to the code. Yeah, from the code, you can see in the my GitHub in my GitHub. This is the code, yeah, and you can put the SSID is your Wi-Fi names, SSID, and your Wi-Fi password, and you can put the user. The user is the Anto account. You can find this user here, yeah, account in Anto, yeah, user name, and then token. Yeah. Token is the key. Yeah, you can find the key here and copy key to this, and also the things. The things you can write the things name is same with the things that you have registered in the Anto. Yeah, is so we can write the things with the Agape node and the channel. In this tutorial, we want to control the LED, so we should know the channel from the channel for control the LED. There is that is a lamp control, so we can copy the channel name here. Yes, and after this we can see this code. But if you want to write your code, you can use the example from the Anto, yeah, Anto library. You can file example, and we should find Anto. Yeah, there is a Anto ESP32 Arduino or Anto ESP 8266 Arduino. Maybe we can find try to find again Anto ESP32. There is no, so maybe we can find here Anto ESP32 Arduino library. Yeah, we can use this for the ESP32 for Anto IO. Yeah, we can download. Oh, sorry, we can download the code here as a zip, download zip, and zip we put in the downloads, and after that we can add manually for in the sketch menu. So go to include library and add zip library. Find the zip file, this one, Anto ESP32 Arduino master, and we can click open. After that, the library for Anto ESP32 has edit. Okay, so we can see the example of ESP32 with Anto basic MQTT. Yeah, basic MQTT is like this one, and we can modify this code to set the code with our design. Yeah, to set the code with our design. And so before we go to explain with this code, I want to explain about MQTT. Yeah. MQTT is work with this one. Yeah. MQTT protocol. Yeah. So embedded system that we use is ESP32. Use MQTT protocol to transmit the data to Anto IoT platform. So we have a MQTT broker in the Anto, but don't worry, MQTT broker has been installed already in the Anto IoT platform. So we should know how MQTT protocol work, so we can know how to the data transmit from or to ESP32 and Anto IoT. Yeah, for this code, we in the line 11, we can create the Anto object from the Anto IO class that has a parameter, 3 parameters. There are user, token, things. Okay. And then in the setup function, we initialize the serial. We use 115,200. Yeah. This one for the baud rate, and print Anto library version. Yeah, in the Anto library version, to make sure that your embedded system or your ESP32 can use Anto library. After that, the system will connect to the Wi-Fi and searching the Wi-Fi name based on our configuration before, the SSID and password. The ESP32 will try to connect for the Wi-Fi. After the ESP32 successful connected to Wi-Fi, it will connect to the broker. The broker is already in the Anto platform, Anto IO, already in Anto IO. So we should make a connection with MQTT protocol. It requires a user, our username, and token for the key. It's required 2 parameter, and we can set this third parameter with true. After successfully connected, the ESP32 will print the information is connected. After that, we will subscribe. We will subscribe the channel that has configured before. The channel names here. Our configuration for the channel is lamp control. The lamp control here. And also for the LED that we will control, I use 2 LED. I use 2 LED that connected with pin 2, GPIO2 as an output, and GPIO4 as an output. You can see in my ESP board, for the ESP32 has a built-in LED, built-in LED, so we can control with that LED. But we also can add the external LED. For the external LED in this tutorial, I use pin 4, GPIO4. So for the red light, I use external light, and GPIO2 is connected to built-in light. So why I can know the number and the pin for ESP32? You can search in the Google with the keyword maybe ESP32 pin map. Pin mapping pin mapping here. So in the image tab, we can see like this one. Yeah, you can see like this one. This is the ESP30 board that I use. Yeah, that I use. So this is the pin information. Yeah, the pin information. The D4 is connected to GPIO4, so we can directly write the number, the GPIO number. The number is 4, so we can write the 4, and for the built-in LED is connected to D2. Where is the D2? D2. This one, yeah. D2 with GPIO2. Okay. And in the void loop function, we only use or only execute anto.mqtt.loop, yeah, where this function is listening the data from the broker, because we already subscribe the specific channel here. So when the channel has published data, the broker will send directly to the client that has subscribed this channel. Okay, when the ESP32 listening and the data is arrived, when the data is arrived, the ESP32 will execute this function, message receive. So in this message receive function have three, one, two, three, four, yeah, 4 parameters. There are topic, payload, bytes, and length. And in this for its parameter, we can use to make to show or to display the information that make sure our connection is already success, or our ESP32 can get or can process the data in the subscribe channel. Okay, so we want to print the things name here. We want to print the things name here, so we should parsing the things name from the topic here. Later I will show you the information what the topics value, the topic value here. So we start parsing the things, and we can put the length for the things length. Yeah, this one, this variable is get from the declaration in the top of code. Yeah. Okay, so we can get the things name receive in this block, so we can print the things name receive. After that, we can also print the channel's name. Yeah, the channel's name here we also parsing again for the channel's name from the topic value. We already know how long the character in the channel names, and we can make a substring here. So we should use a topic substring, start character index, and the length or how many character that you want to cut in with substring function. Okay. After that, we want to show the payload data. What is the value of the payload data here? So we can write directly with the payload variable here. After we already know what the things and the channels and the payload, we can make a rule. Make a rule if the things is greater than 0, it means the data is come from the things that we already subscribe here. We will process that data, and also we wants to make sure the data is come from the channel that already subscribed before. Yeah, we should check the channel after it's same with our configuration. We will check the value of the payload. Yeah, the payload here. If the payload is 1, we will set the payload is 1. So it means we want to turn on. We want to turn on the LED. But if the payload is 0, we will we will turn off the LED like this one. Okay, after finish for writing this code, we can upload this code to the ESP. So for the upload to the ESP, make sure you already choose the correct board here in the tools and go to board and choose your board. I have many board here, but in this video I use ESP32 and the board type is not 32S. Yeah. You can see the board not 30 ESP32 is like this. Yeah, and also we should choose the port. Yeah, we can use a port. I use a serial, or maybe if you use a Windows, you can choose the port or serial port with the COM number 1, COM 2, or COM 3, and other. Yeah, based on your configuration in your computer. Okay, we can upload this one. Already upload the code here. It's already successful. After successful, we can check the ESP. It's already connected to Anto or not. Okay. So we can go to serial monitor. We can go to serial monitor here, and we can reset. We should reset. Yeah, and this one. Yeah. I use Anto library version is 052 and trying connect to my Wi-Fi, and this already connected and trying to connect to broker and connected, and then after connected, the ESP or will get the latest data or the latest state from things and channel and also the payload. We can see that the things is Agape node, the channel is LAMP control, and the payload is 0. That means in the Anto, our LAMP control channel has value is 0. The value is now is 0. Yeah, now is 0. So if we change the value, we can go to the Anto. We can go to the Anto and we can directly change the value or the current value here, yeah, you can see the current value is off or 0. If we toggle this button, yeah, okay, the value is 1. So you can see that my ESP32 or the LED is on now. Yeah, the LED is on now. So it is already successful to control the LED, but in this step we can control the LED from the Anto. Yeah. And we can see the serial monitor again, and we receive the data from things Agape node, and the channel's name is lamp control, and we can turn off again with this button. Okay, the red light is already off, and we also get the data from the Anto to or the command data to turn off the lamp here. Yeah, in this step we already successful to control the LED, but we in this step we should using Anto dashboard here. Okay, so in this Anto we can also add the dashboard widget here. In this dashboard we can put the light bulb in. For example, I will delete it, so we can add the new widget with the light bulb here. Okay, add new, and then I already have the light bulb, and we can configure the light bulb. This is the light bulb and the channel. Yeah, we should select the channel that for this light bulb is the channel is lamp control, and for the false we can configure or we can set with white color. If the turn on or the data is 1 or true, we can set another color. So I think I want to set red. Yeah, white and red. Apply. Okay, so this is the state now is off, and we can change using the channel in channel here and on, and we can go back again in the dashboard, and this is already no sorry, okay, we should change the lamp control again and red and apply. Yeah, so we can go back again in the channel. We should we turn off again, and the dashboard is light bulb is white or turn off. Okay, yeah, we already implement two components in our IoT architecture. For this one, we already set the Anto. We already set the Anto here. We already set Anto for the communication with the embedded system. We already successful implement or deploy the code here. So after that, we should make code or web application code, so we can control the LED from the website or web application. The web application or the URL we can access with a computer, we can access with a smartphone. Yeah. So we prepare to writing the code. For the step 3 web application implementation, we only need 3 files here: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. For the HTML, I use HTML5, and before implementation for the web application, I suggest you to install the extension in the Visual Studio Code. We will use Visual Studio Code here to make a code, and before that maybe you can install Live Server that it can make host or test the HTML code with the Live Server, and then npm IntelliSense. You should install this, and relative path, bracket pair, colorize, highlight matching tag. Please install this extension. And also for the testing code, I also use a Postman application. With the Postman application, we can test the URL or the REST API for the console, the lab. Yeah. Back again for the architecture. Yeah. Embedded system communicate with Anto IoT platform using MQTT protocol, but mobile phone or computer communication the communication between mobile phone and the computer using REST API. Yeah, using REST API. And also in this system, in this architecture, or in this design system, we will host the web application code in the Firebase server. Yeah. So for the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, you can also check my GitHub here. I already put it in the web folder. You can download the 3 files, but if you want to make from the scratch, you can follow me after this. Yeah. So open the Visual Studio Code. Yeah. Open the Visual Studio Code, and you make 3 files there are index CSS, index at HTML, and index JavaScript. Okay. For the first, we can write the HTML code here. For the HTML code, we can use a Bootstrap template, yeah, Bootstrap template to make a good user interface. Yeah. For the template, you can access the Bootstrap introduction. Yeah, this one, and you can search in Google Bootstrap documentation. This one, introduction. You can click here, and also scroll down, and this is the starter template. You can copy this one. Okay, you can copy and put in the Visual Studio Code. Yeah, but we should make a modification because we want to design the web application like this one, like this. Yeah. Okay, we have a text here with the one column, and we have 2 button. Where the blue button is for the turn on the LED, and turn off button is for turn off the LED, and also the status information. Yeah, for the status information. So to arrange this design, yeah, we can go back again in the HTML. So don't forget to link the index CSS because we use the index CSS file here. So put this code in the after line 9, yeah, after bootstrap CSS URL in this one. Okay. After that, please make attention in line 14 until line 36. Yeah. For this one, yeah, I have a class. There are a container here, and also I make a row with one column here. So and put the heading 1 for the text turn on or turn off light bulb. Yeah, with heading 1. So in the next row here, in this next row is for make this one turn off and turn on. In the first column, we have a button primary. For this syntax, you can find in the Bootstrap documentation. You can find button here. So this is there are many type of button. If we want to blue button is a primary. The name is primary, and secondary is gray. Success is green. Danger red. Warning is yellow. Info maybe I think is a blue. Not a blue, is yeah, it's like that. Okay, and etc. Okay, you can copy primary button or copy the danger button here. Okay, and paste to our code here. This is one is for turn on, and this one is for turn off. Okay, for the button, the class is the button primary and button danger. So we can see that in this code we don't have the function when the button is clicked. So we add the information when the button is clicked. The application will call the turn on function. Yeah, on click equal turn on function, and when the button danger on click, it will call turn off function. Okay, and the last row, we can add one column. Same for the first row here, with the information is the status for the lab. Okay, after that, don't forget also to add this script here, because this HTML should link to index JavaScript. In index JavaScript, we can write the function of turn on and turn off function. Okay, for the all is the same with the template. Okay, it's finished for the HTML file. After we finish the HTML file, we can test with this one. From the HTML file, right click and open the live server. Okay, open the live server. With the live server, it will open the HTML in the local server, in your computer server. So please install the extension is the live server. We can open this one. Okay, you can see the IP address is 127.0.0.1. It's mean a localhost IP. So it run in our local system. Okay, and we can see the HTML, or we can see the website appearance here. So if we want to make some modification again, we maybe I want to status let here. I want to add status let. So we can stop live server and status. I click the status let here and run again live server. Okay, now the text already changed status let. Okay, it's like this one. Okay, the HTML file is finished, and we can go back, go to index CSS. Yeah. Index CSS. Maybe when you not yet to configure CSS, the web. Sorry, I will start again. Open app server. Maybe the color and the size of this button is different. Yeah, is different because we not yet make a CSS file or write the CSS file. Okay. Yeah, in the CSS file, we want to configure the container. The container, it's to this one in the class container. Is we can set the text align is center. So the application, the application here is already all of the component is in the center. Okay. For the heading, it will set the heading. Yeah, this one, the class heading with the configuration is margin top 150 pixel and margin button 75 pixel with the color green, and background color is blanched almond. Yeah, okay. Okay, we can see this is the background color and this is the text color here. And also we can configure the status here, ID status. Yeah, ID status with the margin top and margin button, and also the button size with the width and height with the button class. Yeah, this one. Sorry, yeah, button class. The variable with the width and height. I use 100 pixel for the width and 100 pixel for the height. We can save this one, this file, or this index.css. After we has finished for this file, we can go to index JavaScript. Yeah. For the index JavaScript, we only have two functions. There are turn on and turn off. For this function, we can see or we can find the body function here in the Google. Also, we can find HTTP request JavaScript JS. Yeah. Okay, we can go to this W3 school. We can see in W3 school XML or HTTP request here. So yeah, sending XML HTTP request for the JavaScript syntax, we can copy this format. We copy for the format here. Okay, copy, and for this one I can make the another function, yeah, another function, maybe test function, yeah, test function. So we can paste the code from W3 School to the our function here. Okay, we can so we should arrange the code. This is the same, yeah, this is the same format, but we should we should change in several line to make the code is based on our design, yeah. Okay, okay, we can delete this one, this block, and also we should know the URL, yeah, the URL for the URL for the Anto, yeah. Okay, we should know how the URL is work, yeah. How do you okay, we can go to Anto documentation, yeah, okay. Anto documentation, Anto, maybe I want to Anto IO, Anto IO documentation. Okay, where is the Anto IO? Okay, I should do this one, and dashboard. Okay, maybe documentation here. Okay, for the base language is Thai, so I should translate to the English. And for the HTTP API, we should check in the HTTP API here, and then we can see how to reading data and how to send data. Okay, this is reading the data and updating the data to the Anto, yes, to the Anto. Okay, so for the control lab, we should updating the data in the Anto IO, yeah, in the Anto IO. So we should use this format. Okay, for the send value to the Anto data, we use HTTP or HTTPS. Okay, to check or to test the HTTP API, I can use a Postman application. It's like this one. Okay, the Postman, yeah. Okay, in the Postman we can write, yeah, we can write the URL here. Start using HTTP and / or HTTPS, yeah, / followed by API Anto IO. Okay, followed by API Anto IO and / channel and set. Okay, this is fixed value channel set / followed by key. Yeah, this is your key. Yeah, it's depend on the Anto account. Yeah, so I put my key here. Okay, I copy, I set. After that, we can see followed by key with read permission, things name. My things name is Agape Node. After that slash, okay, channel names. The channel name is lamp control. Okay, slash, and the last is the value to update based on our channel data type. Lamp control is a Boolean data type, so we can set 1 or we can set 0. Okay, if we want to in the my ESP32, the current state is off for the LED. So we want to turn on the LED. If we want to turn on the LED, so I should set with 1 value. The value should be 1, so I can send. Now you can see that the red light is on now. If the request, or if the API HTTP API is successful, the system or the requester will get the return value. The return value is in JSON format. It's like this one. Okay, the return value has a key, has a two keys. There are result and value. For the result is true, and for the value is 1. How if we change the value here with the 0? Okay, I send. Okay, the result is true. It means it's successful to send this data or communicate with Ento, and also the value is 0. Okay, so we can see the red light is in off state. Okay, based on this return value, we should parsing again. We can go back again, or we can copy this one, copy to JavaScript, our JavaScript here, the file name we can paste here. So it's already same with line 14. If we set 1, it's mean turn on. If we set 0, it's mean turn off. Okay, so based on return value that we get from the Postman, we parsing to know the state now, or to know the value now in the Anto. It will make a different status. It will change the status here. If we turn on, maybe the status is turn on LED. We know the LED now is on using return value from the Ento, and after that, if the return value is 1, we set the status like this. If the return value is 0, we set the status is like this one. So we should parsing again the JSON data from like this one. So we only need this value, 0 or 1. Okay, for this purpose we can we can delete this code. We can focus in this in the code here. So we can write the console.log to print the information from the Anto, and we can get the response text. First we split. We split with comma. We split it comma here. we can split two value, with comma. After that, we split again, response split 0 with double colon, okay, is true, okay, split. And if result 1 slice is true, it means successful communicate with Ento. I will get the element ID. I will update the element ID status in inner HTML with this text, okay, with this text. So for the turn off function is also the same. For the turn off function is also the same, but we can we only change the status information to be turn off LED, and also this link, we use a zero value here. After that, we already finished to configure or to write the code for HTML file, for the JavaScript file, and for the CSS file. So if we already finished for these three files, we can check in the live server. Open with the live server. We can check the function of two buttons, turn on and turn off. Okay, I click the turn on button. You can see the red light is on. If I click turn off button, you can see that the red light is off now. Okay, if the web application already running successful in our local server, we can host this file to the hosting server. Why we should hosting this web application? The function is we can access this web anywhere. We can access this web application anywhere because the hosting server is on a public area. So when we know the URL or the address, we can access the web. It's a different if we implement the web application in the local server. We only can access the application in a local area, okay, in a local area. To hosting this web app, I use or we can use Firebase. Okay, we can use Firebase. So maybe you can write searching in a Google Chrome Firebase console, like this, Firebase console, and click Firebase and go to console. Or before you go to console, you should sign in first. Okay, maybe we will okay, I log in first. Okay, log in to my I should authenticate first for the login. Okay, it's already signed in. Yeah, in Firebase console, you can add project. You can add project and enter your project names. Maybe IoT Anto project like this one. Okay, is already content can only contain letters, numbers, space, and character. Maybe it's like this one. Anto and continue. Okay, you can set the project in 3 steps. Yeah, after maybe I will not process because I already have the project, but you can click this the continue button and please follow for 3 steps. Okay, I will this one is a project that already create. Yeah, so in this dashboard you can go in hosting. Yeah, in the hosting, yeah, you can see our web application is hosting in RMUT ABB 98 web app. So if we open this URL, it's same, but it can access publicly. Yeah, with this HTTP RMUT ABB 98. It's not in local server. Okay, how to hosting our web application. Okay, we go back again in presentation, in IoT configuration, web application. Okay, how to deploy web application into Firebase hosting. So if it is the first time for you to deploy or to put the file into Firebase hosting, you can go to document that give the step-by-step how to deploy your file. Okay, we can go to this one step-by-step. Maybe you can install the Firebase CLI with this step. Okay, and deploy. Okay, Firebase init. Yeah, you can maybe get started here. So okay, Firebase hosting. Okay, it's depends on your operating system. When you it's a different when you use Windows or Linux or Mac OS. Yeah, in this example, I use Mac OS, so we can open terminal here. So if we for the first we can install the Firebase CLI. I click here and set up. Now this is the step by step. If you use Windows, you can follow this instruction like this. You can use standalone binary or you can use npm. I suggest you to use npm. So if you use npm, you can go to install Node.js using npm Windows. Install Node.js automatically install npm command tools. After that, you can go to npm install Firebase CLI via npm using this command. Okay, you can put this command in a command line interface. Yeah, in the command prompt. Okay, in the command prompt. If you use Linux, maybe you can also use npm. So maybe you can write or you can execute this one, npm install the Firebase tools, and after you successful install the Firebase CLI, we can write the command like this one, Firebase version to check the Firebase CLI version. Okay, yeah. If you get the return value like this, it's mean your Firebase CLI is successful installed in your computer. So we can continue our step to deploy our web application file into Firebase hosting. So before deploy the Firebase hosting, we should prepare the directory. Yeah, I will access the directory for the project. Yeah, cd documents developer. Okay, mtd project. Okay, I will go in project 1. Okay, sorry, cd project 1, and yeah, you can see that in this folder I have one folder and Firebase JSON index.css. If it's the first time, you should write the Firebase init in this folder or in this directory. You can click Firebase init. Okay, and you can choose the configure hosting. Yeah, you can find hosting. Yeah, configure file for Firebase hosting and set up the GitHub. Okay, you can choose this one with press the space key in your keyboard and enter. Okay, what do you want? Do you want to use your public directory? No. Configure single page app rewrite to index? No. Set up automatic build and deploy with GitHub? No. Okay. After that, the Firebase initialization is complete. So we can check the directory, maybe in developer, I think, RMUTT project 1. So we can see the Firebase here. Yeah. Firebase JSON it's mean this project is already configured with Firebase init. And also we can go back again and we should cd go to example. I copy three for the 3 file here into example. So in this example folder is the folder that will be hosting to the Firebase hosting. Will be host to the Firebase hosting. Yeah. Okay. cd example. Okay, and for the deployment, okay, I will for the deployment, maybe to check for the Lastus. Yeah, the Lastus I will check this one in Next.js. Open with sorry, I will check this one. Text code is already Agape let lamp control. Okay, it's already same. Maybe I will change the turn on LED. Maybe status 90 August. Status now. Maybe I put now. I add now word here to identify that this code is the news. Okay, I will save this. Okay, and I will deploy Firebase deploy. Okay, Okay, now we can check in the URL address here, http rmuabb98. This is the URL to access our web apps and to I use incognito, so it's not effect for cache. Yeah, paste this one, open hosting. So okay, sorry, okay, deploy complete. Okay. RMUTT web app. You're seeing because your service setup. Okay, I will check this one. Okay, maybe I will Firebase deploy again. Okay, success or not? Okay, so I will try to another folder. Project cd project okay. What's wrong for this one? Okay, sorry. Okay, I will check again in my directory. This one. Okay. Oh, maybe I wrong to configure. Okay, I will go back again to my project. Project 1. Okay, Firebase init. Say, and I choose configure file for the hosting. I enter. Do you want to use your public directory? Yes, public. Okay, configure single page app. Rewrite all URL to index.html. Yes. Setup automatically build and deploy with GitHub. No. Okay, so cd example 1 and Firebase build deploy. Okay, so we can go to again, access again this app. Oh no, sorry. Okay, I will try to F4. What's wrong with this one? Okay, okay, I will I will copy this one to public here. Replace. Okay, back. I will copy here to this folder and I will deploy again. exit. No, sorry. I will open again terminal and cd document developer rmuc developer project cd project 1 and Firebase. So I can directly write Firebase deploy. So in this process, we can see we found 3 files uploaded in the public. So we can go to our website again. In the incognito, I will refresh. Yes, it's like this one. Okay, but it's a different CSS. Yeah, it's a different CSS. So we can add a change with example for this is I copy, yeah, in the public, paste, in replace. Okay, I will check for the Node.js is already correct or not. For the it's already correct, so I will deploy again. Okay, found 3 file is public. Okay, I will reload. Yeah, it's already new, so the status none, and I will if I push turn on, okay, turn off. Maybe the Node.js, this one, we'll check. Yeah. Index.html, say this is already true. Index, okay. Okay. RMUTT. Okay. Okay, this the new file, because the cache is the browser save the cache, so we should refresh or turn off the browser and open again the browser. Okay, the status now is turned on the LED, so maybe you should make sure if the browser cache is already refreshed or delayed, so it can make a new update for your code. Okay, so I change the status information here is status now. For this time I recorded this video, and you can see the red light is already on, and I push it again, it turned off. So I also access the website using mobile phone. Here we can write the URL RMUTT web app, this one. So I can access in the mobile phone. We can find this one. We can access with the web. Okay, this app I put on, off, on, off. Yeah, if we already host the web application, we can access the turn on or turn off LED anywhere. Okay, I think this is the end of our video tutorial. So hopefully you can follow this video to make or to deploy the IoT system with Anto IoT platform. Okay, thank you for watching. See you. Bye bye.